Welcome back to Boracay, the peaceful oasis where lasting memories are weaved. As the Philippines slowly reopens with care, the island paradise is now ready to welcome more local travelers. The Better Boracay. Indulge in the new, clean, and safe haven. With strict health and safety protocols in place, you can leave your worries behind. Where only certified establishments operate to let you stay, dine, and play with a peace of mind. Experience hospitality with the utmost consideration and care. Spend quality time relaxing on the world-famous bright beaches. Wake up to a better Boracay. Welcome back.
Ayos naman shades. Hindi mo ba rin ito?
We can start. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to a special edition of our World of Discovery webinar series. So to those who have joined us before, the World of Discovery is a webinar series by Discovery Hospitality, and we're bringing you a special edition of the online show called Discover Now. So over the next few months, we're going to be following the reopening of the Philippines' most iconic destinations, and we'll be taking you guys through the experience of traveling in the new normal. Okay, so today's episode is special because I know a lot of you have been longing to travel and waiting for this chance to travel, and finally Boracay, among other destinations, has opened up. And I know many of you have tons of questions on what it's like in the destination, or just to prepare, how to get there. Is it safe? Is it troublesome? And so on and so forth. And today we'll be joined by individuals who have gone through that process and are actually experiencing it right now. And I'm sure this episode will be very useful for all our travelers. No? And what you're seeing today isn't a Zoom background. So I'm actually here at Boracay. This is room 222 at Discovery Shores. And yes, you can see the background of our guests. Everybody is in Boracay right now. I will introduce them in a bit. Okay. But first, I would like to introduce and welcome my co-host, Claire Bernabe, Director of Sales and Marketing of the Discovery Resorts. And of course, all our special guests for today. Claire?
Thank you, Chris. I am delighted to be here to join you for this episode, and I'm very grateful for this gift of travel to join you and everybody else enjoying beautiful Boracay. Indeed, it's really better than ever. So I am joining you live from the great room of Discovery Shores Boracay. As you can see, we're ready for the holiday season. So maybe it's time for me to greet you Merry Christmas already, no? May Pasko pa din, right? Okay. So, as I can see, each and every one also is in various parts of beautiful Discovery Shores. I can see, tama ba, Chris? Right?
Yes, everyone. That's right. Oh, David and Angelique, Manto. Okay, so let's start welcoming our guests and introducing them. So our first two guests are David Guison and Angelique Manto. You can see them over there, guys. Say hello, David and Angelique. They are enjoying the view of the Sands restaurant, no? And they have the best view of the Boracay beach and the soon sunset. So David is the man behind DG Manila, one of the country's leading lifestyle and menswear blogs. He's an avid traveler, and he's always on the lookout for new adventures. And I believe, David, this is your second time in Discovery, no?
Yes, we are here in sunny Boracay.
Great. Okay. Angelique Manto wears many hats. She's a sports reporter, events host, a YouTuber, and she does it all in style. So her vlogs feature a fun mix of fashion, beauty, and travel. So welcome, Angelique. Thank you for joining us.
Thank
Thank
you
you
for
so
having
much.
us.
As you can see, we are very tan already. And we want to show you guys the view.
Here is the view.
Yes,
Okay, let's
of
show them the
Boracay.
beach.
Ta-da!
nice. Wow. It's a beautiful day, no? We're lucky. We're very blessed. It's such a sunny day today. Okay, Claire, would you like to introduce our next two guests?
Very happy that you're here back, David and Angelique. So I see Marj, beautiful Marj Sia, is at the clubhouse deck. So Marj Sia is a lifestyle blogger, an entrepreneur, and brand and PR consultant. Her writing often features her love for makeup, fashion, food, pets, and of course, travel. Welcome, Marj.
Hi guys, it's great to be back here again. As you can see, well, David has the best view of the beach, but I have the best background. It's so beautiful that it kind of looks like a virtual background already. And yeah, hi from the clubhouse deck. And so great to be back here and to finally see other faces aside from people in my house.
Yeah.
We're also happy to welcome Chris Michelle de Guzman. She is the Director of Marketing of Cebu Pacific Air. Welcome, Michelle.
Hi everyone, I'm here at the Forno Osteria restaurant. It's great to be in Boracay once again.
Great. Thank you for joining us, Mitch. I'm sure our viewers have a lot of questions about flying here and the experience in flight, no? Okay, so let's begin our conversation. It's just going to be a very fun exchange, no? And I just want to inform everybody watching that here in Boracay, everybody is required to wear face masks in the public areas, in the beachfront, when you're walking, even in the resort, no? In the common areas, everybody is required to wear face masks. And it's just that now we are all in a room, in private rooms, and safely distanced from each other. Hence, we removed our masks so that you guys can hear us loud and clear. Okay. The Discover Boracay webinar is brought to you by, of course, Discovery Shores Boracay and Discovery Hospitality in partnership with Cebu Pacific and the Philippine Airport Diagnostic Laboratory, or PADLab. Claire?
Everyone is curious really about how this entire adventure, this journey of ours unfolded. So after months of lockdown, how many months has it been? 9 months, right? 9
Yeah.
months. I'm sure we all have been eager to really break free and, just break free to some place equally comfortable and safe as home. So October 17th marked the reopening of the beautiful paradise island of Boracay to local tourists. And there have been a lot of questions that have been raised on how travel has changed. I actually took some photos when we arrived, Chris, and I shared them on my Facebook and on my Instagram. And boy, the reaction and the questions that I have received really warrants this episode of ours.
Yes.
So, from our beautiful guests this afternoon.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Likewise, a lot of people have been asking so many questions, and they're just so eager to leave their houses and travel. But there's still that bit of uncertainty and a little bit of worry. So hopefully this conversation today would give them more a better idea of what to expect, if they have plans of traveling. So let's start just to warm up a little bit. David and Angelique, you guys are looks like you guys are enjoying happy hour already, huh? And so having a great time out there by the beachfront. Is this your first trip out of town since the lockdown, or have you been traveling regularly?
No, it's our first trip, right?
Yes, of course, since we were all on the lockdown, we were very anxious to go out. Even just the thought of going out for groceries causes that kind of anxiety. So
Yeah.
now able to travel here with the assurance that both Discovery Shores and Cebu Pacific have given us, it's an amazing experience so far.
Yeah, and as
How do you
someone
feel?
who really loves to travel, and how do we feel? Of course, we're happy
we're
to
very
be
happy.
here.
So because you said you were very anxious even just to go to the grocery, but now you're out here. Are you still,
We're out.
worried? And what do you feel?
At first we were, right?
Yes.
But ever since
we got here. And all the safety measures that were employed
Yes.
from Manila going here really made us feel very secure that we
very
were going
secured.
to be safe here. So the anxiousness would still be there, but now we're just really enjoying the time
We're just
that we have.
enjoying it. Yeah.
Okay, that's great to hear. Okay, Claire, maybe we can start walking through our viewers on the experience of leading up to the travel. Yes.
For that, and onto that, allow me one question because I'm really very curious. What made you feel like you were finally ready to go?
I can answer that. So
Yes.
honestly, I didn't think that I would get to be on a plane for maybe like a minimum of years, but a lot of doctor friends and they tell me, oh, it's actually really improving the situation in our country. So if you want to go out, just make sure that you're still in your mask and your face shield. And honestly, when I was in the plane, I felt secure just having those two and always using alcohol and always not touching my face and following the proper safety protocols. So yeah.
Right. Okay, so with Boracay's reopening, of course, the local government unit has had to win some points, diba, from the Department of Tourism, the IATF. So there were changes in the protocols. There were several requirements now required from inbound guests. So maybe I can just make mention of some, just to lead us to that. Number one, of course, is a negative RT-PCR test certificate, and we're going to talk about that later on. Confirmation letter for your hotel booking. So you've all received your confirmation letters from Discovery Shores Boracay, and the health declaration card, which provides you your QR code. That's it. And then it's easy breezy from there, right?
Yeah, I was actually pretty concerned with the pre-travel requirements because normally if I go to Boracay, I can decide like 24 hours, 48 hours before and book a ticket and fly here. But now, before, the only problem I would have is to pack my toiletries, my outfits, but now I have to think of other like, okay, I need to book an RT-PCR test 72 hours before my trip. I also need to get a health declaration form. I also need to submit like several paperwork of my hotel booking and ID to the Boracay government. But thankfully, with the Discovery Shores team, they do everything for us. And it's not just us, but they do it for all the guests because all the guests here are considered VIPs. So yeah, sobrang ginhawa niya for us. Like me, I'm a regular here, so I'm very encouraged to come back here if someone's gonna handle all of these paperwork for me prior to a trip.
Oh, great. And I'd like to give a shout out to Mao, to Marine of Discovery Shores. She's been doing all that for all the guests, and I don't know how she still even sleeps at night, making sure that all the papers are in place and everybody gets their QR codes on time and gets here safely. So thank you, Marine, for doing that. Marine and team, I'm sure she does that.
Yeah, she's here with me. She's in a mask, but I can sense that she's smiling with your shout out.
Great. Okay. Yeah, you talked about the RT-PCR test that everybody must go through, no? And a lot of questions that I've been getting from friends and family is, how is it? Masakit ba? Is it? How about my kids? No. Well, I don't know if you guys are traveling with kids. Maybe I can talk about that a little bit later. But maybe David and Angelique, was it the first time you've been swabbed? And was it painful?
It was my first time to get swabbed. As you saw from the video, I was crying a little bit, but it was only like a 3-second discomfort.
Yeah.
And while I was looking up, getting my swab test done, I was just thinking of Boracay. I was trying to picture myself at Discovery Shores.
Diba, ano ba naman yung 3 seconds of
3 seconds lang
discomfort?
naman.
Yes, for a trip
Worth
here
it
in
naman.
Boracay. But for me, it was my second, so it was
Second.
just kind of that discomfort that you feel, but
Yeah.
it's not really that painful. I guess it also depends on the person,
Yeah,
on their pain
that's
tolerance.
true.
But it was just a feeling of discomfort for me. How
And
about you, Mark?
it's also a different experience now, because before you get so excited for a trip, now we get anxious because we want to get a result first
Yes,
before we
packing.
before we pack, before we get excited. Right?
Yeah, that's true. It's actually dual purpose, no? It's for, so you can travel, number one. Number two, for peace of mind. You want to know if you're actually COVID free. So, how about you, Mitch? I'm sure you travel a lot, no? Being with Cebu Pacific, how many times have you done this PCR test? And
That was actually my first time to do a swab test as well.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I found it like it was very quick, so it was fine, and I was kind of distracted as well since I was having an online meeting at the same time. So that's probably like a tip for those who are anxious about getting their swab test done.
Okay. I'd like to add, no, me kasi this was maybe my sixth or seventh time to get swabbed, and the first time was really, I was really anxious, but it gets better. You get used to it as it, you do it more often, and it looks like we're gonna have to get used to it. We have no choice because this is the new normal, and in the years to come, until that vaccine is readily available, we're all gonna have to get used to having ourselves swabbed from time to time. And I'd like to also commend the PAD Lab team, no, our partner lab, the Philippine Airport Diagnostics. They came to the house, and of course scheduled discovery. We didn't have to go to the lab. They came over, and they did it so gently, and so fast that in maybe 5 minutes, we were done, and we got our results in less than 48 hours. So I think that was it was a wonderful. The service was amazing, and we thank them for partnering with Discovery.
Let me share that as alagang discovery, no, sabi nga natin, we always anticipate the needs of our guests, right? So you're absolutely correct. We identified and we partnered with some testing laboratories. So every guest of Discovery Shores can actually avail of a special discount and special treatment. Of course, like you said, they can go to your homes for your convenience. And the information rather is available on our website. Do visit Discovery Shores Boracay website, and you can see those options available for you.
Yeah. Since we have to go through this whole RT-PCR testing, no, some people also have asked me. My question is for Mitch. No, what if, knock on wood, somebody tests positive, and you're scheduled to go, so you have your hotel bookings and you paid for your flights. Are the flights going to be reimbursed, or how is the arrangement with the airline?
Yeah, knock on wood, right? But guests who test positive should, of course, undergo quarantine. They have the option to rebook their flights or get a full refund or full travel fund, which is valid for 2 years. So at least you have those options.
Right. Claire, how about for Discovery Shores or for your Discovery Resorts? How is it?
No naman, we're very, very strong in return guest factor, Chris. So we always want to take care of our clients. So, to encourage them, to inspire them further to return and visit us very soon. So we just have to be advised that they're not able to make it. We have extended flexibility in occasions like this, and they can just easily rebook. Hopefully, the next test would be negative already.
Okay, so that's it for the PCR testing, and Marj talked about the other requirements that we had to go through, submitting the health declaration forms and all of that. If you're booked with Discovery, Maureen and her team will gladly help you out, and you just have to wait for. All you have to do is basically get yourself tested and then submit everything to Maureen and her team, and then your QR codes will be emailed to you, and you're good to go. So
actually, there's another advantage with booking with Pad Labs. They have this express option wherein you can immediately get your results in 8 hours. So if you're the type of traveler that doesn't plan in advance, then that's for you. You just have to pay a little bit extra.
That's right.
Get the extra.
The guests will have the option. If distinguish for our assistants, but all means it's available for them. But for some who are rather conscious about privacy, the test results, yan, di ba? They can also, we will guide them on how to do it. It's a 1, 2, 3 step naman.
But Claire, if other guests have affiliations with other labs already, and they would prefer to go with other testing labs, is there an accreditation that's required? I mean, do they have to be accredited lab, or could they just go with any lab and get a certificate of travel pass?
It has to be accredited by the Department of Health. That is a requirement of the local government unit here in Malay.
And I believe all that information is available on their website, no? On the touristboracay.com.
For easy reference, they don't really have to visit any other website. They can easily go to our website of Discovery Boracay. Under the destination tab there, they can actually find everything there, easy steps and all the information necessary to make their travel easy and convenient.
Okay. Yeah, okay, great. So now you have your negative result, you have your hotel booking, you have your flight booking. So you got your QR code that's emailed to you and the health declaration. So you're good to go. So now we go to the in-flight, the airport and the in-flight experience, no? Claire, would you like to start this discussion?
Next concern, the next concern here for most people when traveling is that if I fly to Boracay, what are the safety measures naman in flight? That is always the main concern. I have one friend of mine who asked, is there safe distancing daw in the plane? Wala ka daw bang katabi? So maybe we can hear from Michelle to address these issues.
Sure, Claire. Passengers can expect, like world's best safety practices from Cebu Pacific. Through contactless flights, we deploy like a multi-layer approach to safety. So it's several things happening at once. So this includes, the daily extensive disinfection of the aircraft by our Bureau of Quarantine Certified team. We have hospital-grade HEPA air filters inside the cabin, which filters out viruses and keeps the air fresh and clean. So perhaps this could address that question from your friend, right? We also have test before duty, which is antigen testing for our frontliners, as well as contactless flight guidelines, which includes mandatory online check-in, self-bag tag, and staggered deplaning, just to really reinforce the safety measures in flight. So we continue to operate all of these increased safety measures to ensure that everyone in flight is safe and sound and can reach Boracay and just enjoy the island without any hassles or with peace of mind.
We also require the passengers to continue wearing face masks.
Yes. So when it comes to multi-layer, right? So you have our cabin crew in PPEs, our check-in agents in PPEs, everyone on board with face shield, face mask. So it's not just the air filter. It's a lot of things that are going on as well. And our team work around the clock to ensure that, including all of those increased sanitation of lavatory, shuttle buses, airport check-in counters, and all of those things.
How about in between flights? Are the seats disinfected?
Our lavatories are also disinfected every 30 minutes, and then every turnaround flight. So there's also disinfection happening.
Okay.
The full misting, that is done daily as well. So that's the one with the PPE suits and the Airbus approved disinfectant.
Right. And did you say that all guests in flight are required to wear mask and shield?
Yes, that is correct.
That is a requirement of the government?
Yes. So for face masks and face shields, that's a requirement from the Department of Transportation. Those are riding on public transportation, and that includes flights.
I see. Okay. How about before going to the airport? Is there any health declaration or contact tracing protocols that they have to do?
Yeah, our guests can easily update their contact information through our managed booking system. So this makes it easier for contact tracing, and we made it easily available online. When it comes to all of the travel requirements, it depends on the destination. So some destinations require RT-PCR or medical certificates, barangay clearance. Some, like Boracay, they made it very easy for tourists to travel, right? So it's the swab test and the QR code that they have to get by filling up the form ahead of time.
So if they have those in place already, the requirements that we talked
Yes.
about, they don't need to fill up anything anymore before.
No, it depends on the destination.
Yeah, if I'm sorry, I mean Boracay. If we're going to Boracay.
Yes. So for Boracay, you at the airport, since you already filled up everything to get the QR code, right? So at the check-in counter, you just have to present your QR code.
That's it.
Yes, that's it.
Okay,
Very
that sounds
hassle-free.
sounds pretty simple. Okay. Yeah. So how about you guys? David, Angelique, how was it in the plane? Were you anxious? Were you kind of looking around, observing if everybody was wearing their masks and all?
Yes, actually, we're gonna make a vlog about that now.
Yes.
We try to document everything because this is our, after all, our first trip after so long. But as you can see here from the video, even Marj, we were all doing our check-in,
Yes, our
contactless check-in. They had markers all over the airport. It was very safe, very organized. And while we were at the boarding gate, they kept announcing that please wear your face mask, your face shield, and it was a very smooth and
Yes.
easy process, right?
Of course, I think the main worry for those who will be traveling is the situation, or since you will be in an enclosed space, so that's kind of the worry, especially with what's happening right now. But since at the airport, everything was so organized and everything went on so smoothly, so like the transfer from the airport to the bus to the plane, I personally didn't worry at all because the moment we stepped inside the plane, there were
Even in the bus,
officers,
right?
and even in the bus,
There was social
giving
distancing.
alcohol. They were sanitizing
Yeah.
everything. There was social distancing for the seats. So the experience was very reassuring.
Yeah.
Same
Okay.
with Angelique. I also felt like being in an enclosed area was my worst fear during this time. But being there, I didn't feel insecure or unsafe at all. It was very smooth, and honestly, I still go out. I go do errands, groceries, and do the malls and the banks. And being in an airplane is no different from doing all of those other errands. So I would say traveling now is okay.
Okay. Great. Okay.
Chris?
So, yeah, there.
Yes, late. I would just like to share with them again that this is Discover Now, Discover Boracay. This is a World of Discovery webinar series of Discovery Hospitality. We're bringing you live this episode from the Discovery Shores Boracay. Okay, and we're talking about the new ways of travel and the things that you need to prepare for visiting the beautiful island.
Yeah. Okay. So we're in the plane right now. We're about to land in the Boracay. The flight was about 30, 40 minutes. Depends on the type of aircraft that you use. So not to worry for those who are afraid of enclosed spaces. So now that we've landed in Caticlan, what was the experience like when you guys arrived at the Caticlan airport? Maybe David and Angelique, you guys would like to share blow by blow of what happened.
So the moment we stepped out of the plane, everything went on very fast. We stepped inside the arrivals area. They checked our temperature. They wrote our temperature down, and then we queued up in the stalls. They asked for a QR code. Again, the QR code is your best friend when you're traveling to Boracay, so you'll really need it. So they asked for a temperature there, the QR code, and an ID, and then that's it. When they verified everything, we went on to get our luggage, which were disinfected. The moment they put I
Yeah.
mean they put down the luggages
Yeah.
in front of us, and then that's it. We went out, and then the Discovery Shores van was
Welcomed
already
us.
there waiting for
Yes, it's
us.
pretty much the same experience, no? The
Yes.
same heartwarming experience. They
Yes.
welcome you with the welcome home.
Yeah.
And then when you get on the boat, it was very safe also. They practice social distancing, and you see who welcomes you.
Here, as you can see here on the
Yes.
clip, we're going to the boat.
To the boat
Yes.
transfer, and then you see Mr. Bogart, the iconic teddy bear
Yes.
of Discovery Shores.
Enforcing social distancing for every guest.
And even the welcome bracelets, they put
Bracelet.
alcohol, the red velvet
The red
cookie,
velvet
the
cookie.
best.
That was good.
So
Yeah.
you know, like what Miss Claire mentioned earlier, prior to our conversation, the luxury is in the details, in the
That's
small details. So really, Discovery Shores has got that everything to a T.
Yeah. And thank you. And at least when you land, no, in Caticlan, you didn't have to take another bus ride with people. No, you just after the checks, no, in the airport, you pick up your baggage, and then you take a private Discovery van for your party, for your group. And then next is the boat ride, which is open air, diba? And then you're in the Boracay Island. Yeah. Claire?
Tell how this new requirements and new protocol of the local government unit. How do you feel about it?
For
Maybe.
our own sake. So it's actually a positive thing for them to enforce all of these rules, because it's for our own safety, and to make sure that Boracay is also safe.
With you, I am actually very impressed when we landed in Caticlan. I mean, you have the marshals guiding you and telling you the next steps, so that there's no element of surprise whatsoever. No, very, very efficient. So kudos to the local government unit here.
Yeah. So from what I recall, our QR codes were scanned 3 times before getting on the boat. So when you land in the plane, you get off the plane. So you go through that line. No, they scan you when you enter the airport. You get your bags, and then on the way out of the airport, they scan your barcode again, and then so you get to the van, and then you drive to the port, and then before you get on the boat again, they will scan the QR code for proper contact tracing and take your temperature as well. So at least, yeah.
To keep your distance, which is I think is very important, right?
And so far, naman, from what I'm observing, people are wearing their masks and shields even. The fact that they wear shields goes to show that the other travelers are also very cautious, which is it's a good sign. Yeah, and then there's proper social distance as well. So, yep. Okay.
So landed in Boracay, we're here already. I'm so just excited, Chris. Let me take this opportunity. So now that you're here, how do you find the new Boracay? We have this campaign of Boracay Better Than Ever, and we have this group of hotels. The group is called One Boracay Hotels Group, right? And this is an initiative of private sector to promote the destination. We're actually having a sale running through the 12th of December for the best deals for the island. So do check that out. Maybe later on we will discuss also if our guests have discovered any favorite hotspots here in Boracay that have reopened already, and maybe they can share with us as well. So there you have it on your screen. That's Boracay Better Than Ever deals that is running through December 12th. We have actually a total of 29 resort properties joining this campaign.
Okay. All right. So, so now, Claire, what happens when they arrive in the resort?
So settling tayo. Nakarating na tayo. Nag-flight na tayo. Testing na tayo. We went into the airport. We went through the flight. We landed in Caticlan. We went through that process using the QR code, off the boat, now on the island. So we're settling in now. So what were you looking forward to the most about your stay here at the Discovery Shores? And you tell us, share with us your journey from your check-in. Which resort facilities have you enjoyed so far? Tell us about your journey from the day that you arrived.
Well, Ange and I were talking. If we were to travel again after being in lockdown for so
Yeah.
long, it would have to be Boracay, and it would have to
Yes.
be
At
at Discovery
Discovery
Shores because the
Shores.
whole process was so smooth. The staff is so attentive and
Yeah.
very courteous, and
Yes.
that's really what we miss for being in lockdown for so long. That human interaction. When
Yes.
you're at Discovery Shores, it always feels like they're your family. They remember your names. They attend to your needs, right?
Yes,
Mm.
everything. And actually, we have been rather really making the most out of our experience here after such a long time of not traveling. So we tried different things via Discovery Shores. We enjoyed sunset, as you are seeing here
Yes.
on the clip, as what David mentioned earlier, that the staff were very much
Yes.
attentive, and they still have that very classic Discovery Shores welcome with the
Welcome
mist and
home.
everything, and the drinks and the
Yes.
food served to you. It's still there.
Have you done happy hour?
Yes, the times may have changed, but the
Yes.
same
Happy hour every day.
welcoming feeling is still there. Everything.
How about you, Mitch? What have you been what have you done the past few days?
Really just lounging by the beach. So I was working for some days in the week, and it was really nice to have such a like a view of the beach because you've been cooped up in the room for too long with work from home situation. So it's really that view of palm trees and the sound of the waves that's very calming and healing. It's like a wellness break while you're here in Boracay.
And how was the internet connection since you said you've been working?
Very fast. Most likely it's because there's not a lot of, competition for the bandwidth.
Yeah, but I think Claire, no, even if it gets busier, I think the internet should still hold up, right? We-
Definitely ready for that. Absolutely. And well, during this lockdown, we've been very, very busy also, Chris. And you know that we've constantly thought about what to prepare, what the guests will need when they start traveling and returning to our shores, right? So we have various initiatives that we've launched. And for now, I just want to ask, I'm curious to know really what our guests thought of the new normal practices, such as wearing of the mask, the face shield. You have, for safety of everyone, of course, we have foot dips provided in a lot of many areas of the resort properties. And of course, the alcohol.
Yeah, we feel more safe and secure knowing that in every corner there's alcohol. And they also provided us this welcome kit that comes with a mask and the Ziploc where we can store our masks while we're eating. And speaking of eating, there is actually a slight change with the breakfast, but the food is still great. Everything is still the same. Happy hour is still very happy here in the city. And the foot dips make it, again, more safe for us because when we step outside, we want to make sure that we don't bring anything in. And yeah, and we also don't have the welcome foot wash anymore, but they provided us with something different. It's our own foot spa, DIY foot spa in the room. So I think David and Angelique are taking turns scrubbing each other's foot.
No, no.
DIY.
Yeah. As you
DIY,
said, it's
DIY.
DIY.
Nag-uso naman yan
DIY.
sa lockdown, di ba? DIY.
Yeah, for David and Angelique, no need to social distance. The closer, the better.
Oh yeah.
For both so it's fine.
Ma-
Thanks, Chris. All of our initiatives here actually, of course, follow strict guidelines from the Department of Tourism, right? And we encourage people to really, especially going to public places, to continue wearing their masks
Yeah.
on. Maybe we can also tell our friends about this trailblazing initiative from Discovery about reimagining meetings and event celebration. Our Home Safe program, which is our
Correct.
commitment to care, which guided everything that we've done in all areas of our property, from our boat, the fleet, and our vans. No, This is backed by the Home Safe program implemented in all our properties of Discovery Hospitality in all destinations and in partnership with the Lysol, the authority in sanitation, right? So Safe Space combines Discovery's signature brand of hospitality and commitment to guests' safety.
Yeah, and I believe, Claire, that Discovery Hospitality also offers this training program to other businesses or individuals who might want to know more and to learn about these practices, right?
Exactly. That's why I said earlier, we've been very busy even on the lockdown because we've expanded our portfolio. We're not solely just managing hotels and resorts now. And in anticipation of the requirement of our friends, our accounts, our clients, we now can cater to their security, safety needs by developing the program for them, following, of course, the Safe Space program. So we are at your service. We can help customize this plans for you if you don't have it yet because you're not maybe open, including the other beautiful destinations in the country. So hindi lang ito pang resort. We can also extend the service to local government units, to corporations maybe who need this assistance because we've already perfected the formula. So easy enough for you.
Okay, so you heard it from Claire herself. Siya magko-conduct ng training. So you'll see that beautiful face to conduct your training. Magaganahan kayo mag-follow ng sanitation program ng Discovery Hospitality. So a while ago, Marj, you mentioned about the food, no? And I'd like to ask Mitch, how was your experience naman with the dining and your meals for breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Were the meals brought to your rooms, or did you have to go to the restaurant, and did you feel safe?
I'm actually dining in, like being in the restaurants more here in Boracay. It felt very safe. Like people, like the waiters, they really take the precaution in making sure that the food is delivered to you safely. I had the pleasure of dining at Sands Restaurant, overlooking the beach. And it was a very nice experience, and I felt very reassured as well when it comes to the sanitation measures, especially now.
Good to hear. And also, if you don't want to leave your room, if you're really extremely praning and paranoid and you just want to stay in, you can ask for room service and they'll bring your food to your room. And I'd like to add also that during this weekend, no, it's a bit of a long weekend, so it's busier than usual. So today, I believe there was the first time that there was a buffet, but it wasn't really a buffet. It was still an assisted buffet. So all the dishes were still served by the F&B personnel, and so nobody touches the serving spoons, nobody touches the shaping dishes, except of course the servers. So that I think I felt safe, seeing how they did it this morning. Okay.
Well, I'd like to add that Mitch is in Forno Osteria right now, and I've tried the food there when they newly opened last year, March, and the steaks there are fantastic. And I think Claire can tell us more about the technique that they use to make those steaks.
Well, we have such talented and creative chefs in Forno Osteria. But you have to come inside the resort, of course, to access it kasi medyo sa loob siya, no? But my goodness, if you're craving for steak on the island, we have the Josper oven to do just that. Make beautifully, even term this, beautifully appetizing food kasi naka-line siya.
Yeah.
It's like we tried that, right, Marj? And the result.
The steak was very tender, and last night we had a really good seafood festival, and sarap.
Yes, the Managat fish. That was the best. And we spend like 50% of our time here at the Sands.
Yes.
As you can see, we're still here. We're waiting for the happy hour. But, it was very safe. They had contactless menu.
We have QR codes for the menus for breakfast,
for
lunch,
the drinks.
dinner,
As you can see here in the video, it was very safe. And we pretty much ordered everything from the menu. It's our 4th day here.
Yes.
We tried the fried chicken, kare-kare, bistek, tiramisu, everything was so good. But if you want a more intimate experience, you have to go to Forno Osteria, the best.
Uh,
David, kahapon niya pa yan binabate talaga. Diba?
yeah.
Yeah, I haven't tried the fried chicken, but we have to order it tonight.
Yes,
Right? And
actually,
aside,
for this, we just had
right, so travel has allowed the team of Discovery to, revisit our offering on F&B. So we've redesigned our menus, and there is a different style of offering the breakfast. So we start with a happy morning, and that is the best way to start your day here in Boracay.
Yeah. So yeah, about Forno, I'm actually excited. I'm gonna have dinner there tonight, and since we're a big group now with the family, so we have tomahawk steak that was prepared by chef, and that he'll fire up the Jasper grill, and then you can also, those who want the experience at the 360 bar. There's a new bar up with the overlooking view of the beach, of the sea, and the best place to enjoy happy hour, I believe, for especially it's rather new. I think just last year, no, we just opened it last year. So many of those who visited Discovery Shores might not have visited that. It's there. If you see Marj's upper left shoulder, it's up there with the infinity pool and the bar. Yeah, very breezy with a wonderful view of the sunset. So so that's
I
another.
used to hang out there in the 360 bar. The
Yeah.
sunset there is amazing. And then when you order your drinks from there, happy hour there is extra happy. 'Cause there are also like 3 jacuzzis there where you can hang out with your friends and an infinity pool overlooking the horizon. So it's a perfect place to spend happy hour.
Yep. Okay, so those are some of the new things that that Discovery Shores has in store for those returning visitors. No, so that's Forno dining experience, the 360-degree bar, and the signature suites. And yeah, there's the new pool suites also that's about to be opened maybe next year. No, where guests can have their own private pool na just outside their room. So that's another thing to look forward to. But maybe now it's a bit too early to promote that. So when the time comes.
Something. We have the Peloton bikes already.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
It's there with you. I think Angelique was able to try that.
Yes, I was able to try the Peloton bike over at the Signature Suites. It was as you can see on the video, it was such an experience because you get to work out. I mean, David and I were talking about how we can get to work out while on a vacation, but this one is a different experience because you get to have an amazing view of the beach while you're working out just inside your room. So it's extra motivation for you, and you don't get to have that every single time. You don't get to work out and have the amazing view of the beach. So it was such an experience. Trying out the Peloton
Great.
bike, which is a new feature.
Yeah. Happy to hear that. Happy to hear that. Yeah, that's very new. I think you're one of the first to actually use that bike. And I think what I like about that is you don't have to go to a gym, that's probably shared with other people. You just, if you want to feel extra safe, you're in your your own room, just working out and enjoying the view, like you said. And I guess if for me, I like to work out so that I can eat more, and eat without being so guilty.
But that having that already in the comfort of your own suite is like having your own bubble, right? You're assured you have your own bubble.
Yep. Plus, you have your own plunge pool, in the signature suite. So if you really don't want to go anywhere else except your room, you can enjoy your plunge pool. You have the bike, and you can have your food brought to you, and you have the view of the beach, and you're in Boracay. Diba? But of course, you're in Boracay, so you should walk in the sand and enjoy the beach also. Especially now, it's so beautiful. So, what else, Claire? Would you like to talk about?
I'm not sure if our guests have managed to really roam, go around already and discover spots that they'd like to talk about, or you're scheduled pa tomorrow. Kasi it's slow.
Actually, that's our plan, di ba?
already. More and more establishments are reopening, restaurants and bars, right?
Yes, it's amazing that the initiative Boracay Better Than Ever is really helping restaurants here to, slowly come back.
Yeah.
And as you've mentioned, we are just about to try the restaurants in Boracay because we really are making the most out of everything Discovery Shores
We want to
has
do everything
offer.
here in Discovery Shores. But since we're just here at the beach, we're here at the resort, we really want to support the local vendors. So we really try to buy the bukol, the coconut,
and
we buy puka
puka shell
shells,
bracelet.
really try to support them. And, tomorrow we will explore
start.
the island.
Fantastic, and I'm glad you brought that up, David, because the economy and the especially here in Boracay, livelihood has been really affected. With the closure, they rely solely on tourism for income. And I was talking to some of those vendors, and I asked them, so what have they been doing the last 9 months? He said, wala po. We're just trying to find work, even as anything, construction work, just to be able to put food on the table for their family. So it's really, you could feel the struggles that they went through, and also sort of that they're kind of feeling hopeful again that it's starting to open up, and there's another opportunity for them to to sort of recover the income that they were earning before. So when you're here in the island, I think it's also something that we should prioritize and keep into consideration, that when we spend, when we come here, when we support the other restaurants, vendors outside, we're supporting Filipinos who really need it. So yeah, that's why you mentioned it. There are guys outside, they're offering paddleboard services, jet ski, parasailing. So I'm looking forward to try those. I've seen some of my relatives have done that, and we'll probably do it one of these days. Yeah.
Chris, actually sobrang sulit yan to do all of those water activities because the water is also better than ever. We spent the entire morning at the beach, and the water is so clear and so clean. And I think the closure didn't just bring about like negative things, but to nature, it cleaned up the entire island.
Yeah, agree. I did not see one lumot. Lumot in English.
Yeah, in the previous years, diba? Daming lumot. Now I didn't see any. Ang tagal ko dyan sa beach. Wala talaga.
Yeah, nothing. So I think the DNR, the DOT, and the ALG, they did a great job in really rehabilitating Boracay. But now is the time to really enjoy the benefits, of the rehab work and the sacrifices that were made before. So I agree with you totally about the beauty of the waters and the cleanliness of the place.
Enjoy responsibly, sabi nga nila. Travel with a purpose, right?
Yes.
So if I can finish on that topic, Chris, allow me. You talked about the local economy supporting the local inhabitants of the island. We can take this further on because Discovery Shores Boracay has also been very familiar and popular in terms of weddings. So this is one area where we had to adapt because of the new norm. So we're focusing now on intimate spaces with big moments. So another thing that a lot of people have been maybe pushed it back a little bit was tying the knot. We had clients who were asked, we were supposed to get married this year, that eventually had to tell us we have to really move it to a later period, maybe next year. But because of this pandemic, we had to make some adjustments on the quality of our setup, our service, and you can see that in front of you. For us, it is absolutely important in Discovery that we adhere to the protocols of the Department of Tourism and the IATF and the LG of Malay. But what we've implemented so far are, we've redesigned our menus and offers to amplify that one-stop shop idea of convenience. No? So kasama na yan sa ating offers for weddings. We've made adjustments on the table setup to make sure that safe distancing is still very much observed. We remain committed basically to delivering wedding experience that's still magical, right? That every bride and groom will have that fairy tale that they can tell, right? And we have a lot of beautiful outdoor venues here. We have the Wishing Stone. We also have the waterfall. We have the 360, the club deck. And this is what I asked you, Chris, earlier. Forgive me if I start, with the things that I want to say, because there's just so much story to tell. And I wanted to make sure that we communicate this to them. Yeah. So ready for you. We want to help plan for your wedding. So give us a call or visit our website. Everything.
Okay, thanks, Claire. I saw the photo of the roof deck. I think that's another new area that was set up for events, for weddings. Ang ganda with the way you guys styled it, and I think Discovery Shores can help you style your weddings, like you said. No, you don't not have to worry about bringing in more production team members to style up your wedding. The Discovery Shores team can help you design. Ang ganda din, the one in the roof deck overlooking the beach and the sunset. I think that's that's something to look forward to talaga. Yeah. Okay. And speaking of weddings and families, I just remembered you were talking about the testing kanina, the RT-PCR. Just going back, and maybe some of our viewers might be wondering, what if we have kids who want to travel? Do they need to go through the test? I brought my 2 daughters. One is 4 years old. One is 2 years old. So the requirement is 2 years old and below are exempted from the RT-PCR. So my 4-year-old daughter did have to go through the RT-PCR, and I would have to say she did so well. A little trick what my wife did before the actual test was to practice her with cotton buds in the afternoon, just to make her feel like it's just a light tickle, again. And then when the doctors actually came and swabbed her, it was a breeze, and she was done in a few seconds. So yeah, and then and then my 2-year-old daughter naman, she's 2 years and 8 months, so she was exempted. So as long as it's hindi pa 3 years old, you're fine. So 2 years and 11 months, pwede pa. Okay, so so bring your families. I've seen also other kids here in the island, so and they've just been so so happy that they're able to get out of the city and come back to Boracay.
Yeah. Chris, if kids are allowed, are seniors allowed to fly also?
Yes. I also saw some seniors. I'm not sure exactly what the age is. Claire, would you know?
As long as they actually have that RT-PCR negative test. But maybe we can hear from Michelle.
Or to Maureen beside me, she's saying that there's no age limit.
No age limit, okay.
Yeah.
Because I've seen some and they look more than 70 years old here, so I would assume that it's.
Yeah, they took the RT-PCR test as well.
Okay, great. Okay, so we're 1 hour already. We don't have much time. Actually, we're past our time limit, but we have a few more things na lang, konti na lang. And before we wrap up, I just wanna thank again all of you guys for joining us and sharing your experiences of traveling to Boracay. I'm sure many are now more inspired and excited to actually go and come here. Given that it's not that difficult naman pala, and all the sanitation protocols, health protocols are in place. So. So before we move on to our closing, we'd like to share Cebu Pacific's safety video. So let's all watch this.
Here in Cebu Pacific, safety continues to be our topmost priority. We may be the fun airline, but when it comes to safety, we take this very seriously. Let me walk you through why you can travel with peace of mind when flying with Cebu Pacific. My team is responsible for the daily disinfection and cleaning procedures on Cebu Pacific aircraft. This includes the misting of the aircraft cabin, which extensively disinfects surfaces such as passenger seats, overhead bins, lavatories, and cabins. Our Bureau of Quarantine certified team uses an Airbus-approved disinfectant that is effective in eradicating viruses, including the coronavirus. As you walk your way into our aircraft, rest assured that our airport teams frequently sanitize self-check-in kiosks, bag drop counters, boarding areas, and shuttle buses for your safety. Meanwhile, in flight, we're excited to welcome you on board the aircraft hospital-grade high-efficiency particulate air or HEPA filters, blackout viruses including corona with 99.99% efficiency. By design, the air supplied inside the cabin is maintained fresh and clean. Our friendly cabin crew are happy to guide you through any new in-flight or deplaning procedures so we can all have a contactless flight. Prior to flying, our pilots and cabin crew undergo rapid antibody tests and receive the all clear before their assigned flights. We look forward to flying with you soon. Let's all work together so everyone will fly again.
Thank you, Cebu Pacific. Thank you very much for bringing us in this journey.
Yeah, thank you, Mitch, also for joining us. Thank you, everybody. Now, before I ask everybody to say a few last words to our viewers, now we just like to announce the good news, Claire, that Discovery or Coron's Club Paradise, which of course is owned and managed by Discovery, is opening in this December, finally. Everybody's been waiting for that. Everybody's been asking me, when is Club Paradise opening? We want to go there because it's an island naman that also has its own unique beauty. And LGU has just announced that Club Paradise and Coron will be open for tourists starting December 1. So we will be, in the next few days, running you guys through the protocols needed to travel to Coron for those who want to visit that destination.
Chris, can I just ask for a little favor? I'm sure those who are watching us are also curious and would like to hear. Dali lang, sweet. I just want to ask sina Angelique, sina David, and Marj, what has been, how is the journey so far for you? Highlight.
Well, just being here is easily the highlight of my entire year, not just my trip. And allowing air travel is actually not a sign that the pandemic is over. We're actually very far from that. But traveling is a way for us to feel more normal again. And just being here actually made me forget about all of the stress and anxiety that I've had for the past 9 months. So I hope that people will also start traveling here again or to Club Paradise. That one, kailangan ko pa i-visit. I haven't been there yet.
Oh, you haven't? Okay, yeah. We should arrange for that.
Maybe Marj would also like to promote something?
Oh, well, if you want to check out my travels, you can go to @DearMarjThea at Instagram. And Angelique, kayo.
Yes.
I think the change of scenery, no?
Yes.
Just the change of scenery in general. We both live in a condo unit, so just being outdoors, as you can see, we're so tan, so we just miss it, and perfect time to close this.
You guys, this is the highlight of everything. Can I just show you the sunset view right now?
Very nice.
It's very, very relaxing. It's something that you don't usually get to see, especially when we were cooped up inside our homes because of the lockdown. But again, the whole experience has been amazing, especially the hospitality and how warm the welcome has been from Discovery Shores, and even the safe travels we've had with Cebu Pacific. And we just have to mention how the ease that we had in testing, because it was done right at the comforts of our home. So yeah, the experience has been amazing. What would you like to plug?
Hello to the Gisado fam. They are very active in the comment section. I can see it right here. And also, we will do an in-depth review of our experience here in Boracay and of course at Discovery Shore. So make sure you watch out for that. We actually published one already.
Yes, I actually published a vlog already. It's on my channel, Angelique Manto. I recounted everything from the test to the packing to the plane and to our first day here, checking in Discovery Shore. So you can check that out on YouTube, Angelique Manto on all social media platforms.
And at David Guison on YouTube.
Chris, I'm actually here at the rooftop. I'm actually here at the rooftop. I just want to show everyone that if this is not enough to convince you to come to Boracay, I don't know what will. But look at that
Wow.
beautiful
So
sunset
that's the
about
new
to
roof
go
deck.
down.
Yeah, that's a new
Yeah,
roof
the
deck.
roof deck.
Ang ganda. You can imagine having cocktails there, happy hour, if you have a wedding or just some event you want to celebrate.
Wow, look at that. Nice. Thank you for sharing, Marj. That's beautiful.
Wow.
You have a better view than I.
What is it?
What's yung clip? Okay. Thank you, Mark. How about Mitch? Any last message or any promotions perhaps of Cebu Pacific that you would like to announce?
Yeah, through our One Love initiative, we encourage everyone to support the Philippine travel industry and travel local. So we have daily flights between Manila and Boracay, and we're so excited to restart direct Cebu-Boracay flights on December 1. So flights are on sale now for as low as $299. So come visit the island and watch or view the sunset for yourselves on our low fares. So we hope to restart flights to other destinations as well, and that would include Coron. So Marj, alam na for the
Yes.
next phase.
Definitely.
And to complement the special airfares of Cebu Pacific, please visit our website or follow us on Facebook, because we have also launched our Black Friday Cyber Monday sale. And of course, don't forget, One Boracay sale is running also through December 12th. So don't miss that on your screen.
Wow,
Okay.
so many deals to look out for. And more reasons to travel the Philippines. Of course, proper safety and health protocols in place, and we still have to be extra careful and not let our guard down, despite the slowly opening up of the tourist destinations. So, anything else, Claire, that you would like to say?
I would to such an invitation, Chris. Well, we have also launched our communities on Viber for both Club Paradise Palawan and Discovery Shores Boracay. So it's an additional avenue for you to get the latest updates, particularly for Club Paradise, which is opening December 1st. So we have a lot of exciting packages that will be rolled out in the next couple of days. So do watch out for that. Chris, thank you. It's been wonderful doing this with you.
Yeah, of course. Thank you also, Claire. Thank you for doing this. I think David and Angelique have a request.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
There's a DJ here behind us.
Happy hour.
It's
Okay.
happy
This
hour
is what I've
time.
been asking.
Punta na kayo dito.
There. David, orderan mo na ako ng mojito.
We'll head down there in a bit.
Got
Okay.
you.
Yeah, great. Perfect. And it's safe. You can't go clubbing in Manila. You can just enjoy the music and the cocktails and the sunset here, the open air, open space, and fresh air. So thank you guys again.
Social media handles there and on the screen. So please, everyone, we invite you. We have so much to bring to you, and we don't have that much time this afternoon, but visit those social media pages. Okay?
Okay, great. Thank you, Claire. Thank you again, everyone. David, Angelique, Mitch, Marj, thanks so much. Enjoy the rest of your stay in Boracay. And to all our viewers, thank you for watching us. And we will see you in the next episode of World of Discovery. And we hope to see you soon here in the sandy shores of Boracay, and soon Coron as well. So take care, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Happy weekend.
Happy weekend!
Happy long weekend, everyone.
Happy long weekend. Okay, thank you.